So I traveled. Welcome to episode 12. I traveled to this village. It's the one of the northern ones. I have traded with the ones in the taiga, and I got most of the books except the special one, which you only get at the tier 3. So I decided to go home, pack away my things, and go for the next village. And here we are. We are in the next village. There are 2 villagers. The one thing I'm not seeing here in this village, because I've been here for a couple of minutes, is we have a mason. And let me not do that. Not do that. Do me this. There's not many houses. Like, this is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a double 6. And there's no cartographer house, which isn't bad because I found a village on the way here that did have one, so I grabbed that one so I could make one cartographer. But I'm not sure if it's not easier to just make a portal and just haul 2 Savannah villagers here. I do see we have 4 villagers. There's 3 up there, there's 1 there, and that seems to be another one. Let's see. Oh, I don't have icons on. What happened? Hold up, what happened? Oh, right. No. I didn't change my settings, I think. Oh, wait, I'm in this mode? Maybe that's that one. That way. Okay, so we have 3 villagers here, a villager there, that's 4, and a villager here. And this is a vanilla tweaks pack that makes their skin look more variated. Their skin tone is different depending on the biome. There's a village here that was absolute crap because there's like 3 houses and a church on a hill. There was this village where I think I stole the cartography table and had a snooze. And there was this village, which was kind of interesting, and I avoided that thing, like the plague. So we have discovered more villages. But sadly, I'm not sure in this case. I also need to sleep somewhere. So just follow a villager home. The problem really is that well, we're trying to all steal the same bed. I have plenty of this stuff. Hi cat, you're meowing in my background, great. Well, this is interesting for you. I want to build a breeder here. This mode again. I want to build it over the water, which kind of means I need to build it here-ish. But I need to find the spot where it's like here, where it still says Savannah. So I think I'm just gonna do that, and hopefully I get someone to accept my 1 cartography table. And then make a portal here, probably in the mountain, and just haul 2 villagers home. And hope that they will accept my librarian status, because I didn't bring... Again, I did not bring the lectern, because I was hoping to find lecterns in the village. I have 1 cartography table, which could be enough. For the tiger one, it was enough, just 1. I made more, so I have more at home. It's just that I'm not prepared to do this. So basically, that will be the rest of the episode here. I will be going to the other villages, set up a breeder, and get their trades going. Was kind of planning to do that between episodes, but realized that this is kind of a weird village and a weird situation, so I thought I'd open with this one. I hope you enjoyed my previous episode with the zombie and the tiger stuff, but I'm not gonna show all the work again because it's basically 5 times the same thing. Me traveling to a village, setting up a breeder, then waiting very long time for the first baby to be like, yes, this is a cartographer. I could, you know, there's more than 2 villagers here, so I could just steal 2 for breeding purposes and set up the rest to already trade. I'm not even sure if I need a breeder with this amount of villagers, but basically that's the process for me, at least for the couple of hours that are here. So I'll bring you guys back, I think, whenever I'm ready for the rest. And I also want to note, you might see the S and the J in the background. I basically picked a spot for where the jungle village is gonna be, because this is the jungle biome by the looks of it. And this is a village, so I just need to put a few villagers here. Maybe I can scoot them over here in the sparse. This looks to be the bamboo or sparse jungle. I'm not sure if that's the same skin, but I can just kidnap 2 villagers from here and put them over there in the breeding and just let them breed. And then there is a humongous mangrove swamp here with normal swamp there. But no real village close. Here, however, we have a nice open spot. We have a portal there. And we have a village here. So again, I can just steal 2 villagers from this village, put them over to here, and make myself a breeder here. Just a couple of blocks off the ground. Not that tall anymore. I realized it's not needed when you're going over water. They just need to be able to not jump back in the bed. Hi, cat. So that's my plan for those 2. I will set those up too. It might just take me a bit to get all the villagers in, because that's not the only villages we need. There's also still the other places we need to go. But yeah, that's my plan for this bit. And then I'll bring you guys back when I have all my villagers lined up. Also, we're apparently in slime chunks here. Cool. So I'll see you in a couple of hours. Maybe even days, depending on how much I can get done today. Because there's another game I also want to play today. So we'll have to see. I got plenty of time. It's only the 18th, so the other video just went out. A couple of days ago, I didn't publish it. I didn't advertise it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip. So this is the swamp village that we set up. Quickly show you, there's 2 villagers in here, both from the plains version. There's 2 beds. I will grab more from the village all the way over there. And I took a little peek in the nether, and that is the reason why I'm bringing you guys back. Because, yeah. That's our view. That's also our view, but that's our view. That's Sebastian. Like, hi. This is pretty high up, and I'm not sure if this is gonna be good, because we're at Y73 and our home portal is that way. Let's go back, by the way, before that gas blows us up. Uh-oh. I'm not sure it saw me. Ah! I still need to do this. So we stole 2 villagers from this village right here. There's a teeny tiny jungle here. And there's a teeny tiny jungle here. So I technically could set up a jungle village on this island, which means I need to make a bowl of water. And the location I had picked here also kind of probably needs a bowl of water. So it's not really that different. It's just that I'm using this village instead. Hoping that's a better village. Plus there's way more jungle around. So I'm kind of hoping that I can just dig a hole here and just fill it in with water. And just build it up a little bit higher. Because what I've been doing for this one and for the Savannah one is just build it over the water, but just a couple of blocks up. So when I'm under it, I think I can barely click into a bed from here. Like yeah, I can still do this. But villagers apparently don't do that. So there's this little farm, and I need to be careful where I click, because that happens. It's a nice feature of Minecraft. But yeah, these two are currently collecting carrots together. And I just need to grab some more beds, place them on this edge. And I just placed them there, so these two would run that way and just be locked in the farm. But yeah, let me get some villagers in, and then let's wait for... Let's go home again, because, you know, that needs to happen. Also, I lost almost all my armor. This is all found loot. But yeah, that's an interesting nether spawn. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna do another bridge from there because of the bastion. I might just opt for... I'm just gonna go home with 2 villagers in a butt, like, because it's quite a ways, and I don't think there's a straight way really, like purely water. So nether would be better. Huh? Funny. It's just that where my portal is spawning, it's just not good. I could see what this portal spawns, but I'm scared it will just do the same. Also, we crossed this swamp with mangrove swamp there, and somewhere over the ocean, there is a witch hut. So possible witch farm here, and possible witch farm. I think there was a swamp somewhere here where I already built something small. Where is it? I can never find it when I need to. Hold up. I know it's somewhere. I just can't find it. It's so annoying. No, it's not that way. It's this way. Definitely this way. It's where I tried to build a slime farm. And I always feel like it's on this edge of the world. And it should be on my map. Here. So here is also a witch hut. So I could also build this one into a farm. There's no double witch hut or triple witch hut, but, you know, a single witch hut for redstone would be enough for me. It's just... Excuse me, it's just me, you know? It's not a whole server or something that I need to supply, and not really into... Well, I am into redstone, it's just that I'm not into big... Well, that's a lie too. I'm not really planning on using a crazy amount of redstone, like multiple shulkers full of just redstone dust. Like, you need redstone dust to craft other things, but I'm not... I don't think I'm gonna do multiple chokers worth of... Yeah. So, I think just one witch hut farm is enough for now. I can always build a second, and we already have this not working slime farm. I just killed... Wrong button. I just had some slime spawn here. And I already got 19, so this might be a better location, especially if there's a portal access, but I'm not looking forward to bridging all the way over here with the bastion and everything. So I might do the same thing as I did for the savannah. That spawn was also really unlucky. I basically went home and bridged from home. Too far away? Too far away. That's kind of shocking. Which means I need to grab you. Come on. Just put it under here, stand on it, and then I can probably jump into the bed. This is neat. So I can still sleep and still kind of have my own bed. I just need to put a few beds on that side. I have them collected in the village. And I hope that, seeing it's the 22nd, this will go out on time. The other game I'm playing is slightly addicting. I just want to keep doing more and more and more. So this episode might not go out on the 30th of April. It might actually be a day late. But yeah, I'm gonna get some stuff from the other village, and I need to go home and get rid of those 2 chests, everything that's in there, except the stuff I still need. And what I need to do is then grab me some lecterns from my village, from home, and bring them here and have the villagers somewhere line up in boats and be like, yes, this is a cartographer. I just need 1 cartographer and I need about 2 or 3 librarians. Because I realized, I'm not sure if I talked about this in a previous clip, and I'm looking for the thing I need currently. Hello, where are you? Basically, it's not this one, right? No. I'm looking for the right browser page because I have everything. Here. Yes. I have everything neatly organized and I lost. So basically, what I'm looking for is the special. I didn't read the text that much. The special enchantment is the 3rd book trait or the 4th book trait, which means it's the master level. So my original plan of just building 1 farm, getting all the enchantments, and then going back, rip it out and going back, it's not gonna work. I basically need to get my villagers home and just keep trading with them for their tier 1 book, which for the swamp is gonna be Depth Strider, Respiration, and Curse of Vanishing. I don't need the curse, so it's just gonna be 2 librarians, 1 with Depth Strider and 1 with Respiration. And hopefully that 1 of the 2, and then the cartographer too. So I just need 3 villagers here. And then hopefully that 1 of the 2 master librarians will offer me the enchanted book. It's a master trade. It says here that it's 100%, but there's 3 trades, 2 candles, and the enchanted book. I'm not sure, since I didn't update just yet, if I'm still getting name tags for these master librarians or if I'm getting the candles. Not sure, we'll see. I'm not gonna chase these books, as in I want them. But I'm not gonna do that here. I'm just gonna hold them home first and just keep trading for the other stuff they sell. And then eventually we'll make them into a master with hopefully the right book. And if my 2 villagers from each village don't offer their special trait, which for the Plains villager will be Protection 3, for the Savannah villagers will be Sharpness 3, for the Tiger one will be Fortune 2, for the Jungle one will be Unbreaking 2, for the Swamp will be Mending. The Snow one I still need to set up, that's Silk Touch. And the Desert I also still need to set up, that's Efficiency 3. So some books need to be combined anyways to get their maximum level. I'm pretty sure Efficiency goes to 5, Protection goes to 4 for the Plains. Fortune goes to 2. I can't. You see something outside, so you're the Jungle Unbreaking also goes to level 3, so there's quite a few that I still need to combine anyway, so I need to buy 2 books. But those are the special ones, so it means that I cannot just reset their lectern until they give me the one I want for a price I want. I actually need to either kill them or breed more. And then hopefully that one will, give me the trade I want, and that part, if the 2 villagers I'm bringing home for the book 1 trade is not giving me the things I want, I'm returning to whatever village I need. Meow. Meow, 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 meow. There's probably a bird outside my window. Because kitty kitty meow meow. But yeah, these 2 should start breeding when I bring the other beds. And they're very distracting meow meow next to me. Very, very distracting. Also, we're in a swamp. So I might set up a shaky farm here for the orchid. Because there is this teeny tiny flower forest here. Ooh, egg. Yeah. Want a chicken? Don't know, because it landed in the water. There's a teeny tiny flower forest here, so I might use a shaky farm here to exclusively give me flowers and just bone meal the grass that it will spawn. Just give me a 9x9 and just build it up in the sky, because each Y level will give you a different flower. So in this case, I'm getting these azure bluets, I think these are called, and these alliums, but on a grass level or a few higher, it might be different flowers. So that's the plan. And then here in this area, I can do the same farm basically, but for orchids, because that's the only biome they are here. And if we have a portal anyways, you know, have a few birds with one stone, basically. We have the portal here anyway, so yeah. That's kind of the plan. I hope I get done by the 30th. If not, this will be late, and you will see that. So I'll go to work, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. So I'm voting back. And first we have this amazing view here that I stopped to take a screen snip of for the thumbnail. And excuse the rain, I can't really stop it right now, but here's an amazing view. I sometimes don't understand how Mojang does terrain gen, but look at this. Like, look. Oh, I'll turn her this up. Look, that's a nice arch, and then this floaty blob of land with trees on top that supposedly don't never grow their roots. But yeah, this is cool. And then I went back in my butt. And let's put the hitboxes back on so I can see what's happening in the world. Like fish and stuff and drowned and stuff. And I'm like, that's a chunk error. That's not loading correctly. So I bought a little bit closer and closer and closer. And it seems to be that, well, that's a spawner. Sadly, that mod doesn't work. My inventory is kind of full. I mean, I can put this stuff all that's non-stackable. This is all the loot I got from village. Except the hose, of course, we brought that. Made a crafting table, and we have some bundles with loot. Grabbed from villages and stuff in between, and we robbed some mangroves because I need more mangrove leaves to grow the propagules, and in one of these bundles is a new propagules. Do I dare see what this? I think I know what kind of spawner this is. Nope, it's not the thing. Nope, it's not. I thought it was a spider, because there was definitely a spider on there. You die. Thank you. You go on there, and I go. No die, please. Yeah. Spawns reinforcements. Cool. I thought it was a speedy spawner, because when I voted closely just before I hit record, there was a speedy spawner. The speedy on it. But that probably just spawned because I'm close enough to have things spawn, not because I activated the spawner. You have a reach, ma'am. Or sir. Undead. That's what you are right now. Okay, so let's quickly do this. And I'm still not sure if you need actually all of this. Wow. That's bug. That's fire protection 4. Not bad. Not bad loot. Like, I'll happily take it home. I also tried to tame an Nautilus, but aka put the saddle on. And it doesn't work that way. That was a 13 disc. Good. We know 13. All unfaithful. I'm not gonna do anything with the spawner, although it's really convenient. Like, hi, I just have to sit here and murder. It might be good for turning this into a drown farm. Like, just sit there and lure them towards me and just have them drown. Maybe. It's kind of far away. It's kind of far away, and I'm not sitting comfortably, so I'm moving everything to I am. I'll mark it. I'll mark it in a bit that this is here. Because if I show my list on screen, then you guys gotta see spiders. Because I've been working on that other project, like I told you guys I would. It's just taking a little bit more time, but maybe this is now a drone farm, as in I'll just let them come to me here in a dark tunnel that's too deep water. Just to have them drown and spawn reinforcements around me, not sure. But yeah, I can definitely put a check on this and see what we can do, because, like, this is a nice area and that's kind of weird. Oh, Yang, fix your game. Like, shouldn't this be fully hidden in 4 corners? What the heck happened here? I don't mind. I even can just drop them down 20 blocks into water and then have them bubble up and never drown. Or just have them bubble back up. Brain thinking, have them bubble back up, but instead of them, me killing them, I think I need to kill them. I need to think about this, but having a drown farm here would not be bad. It's a little bit unfortunate where it is, like in relation to everything else. I am aware it's nighttime, you guys can't really see. Also, there's a second witch hut here. There's one here. Right there where the cursor is and where the highlighted chunk is. And then there's one here, so now both are in view. There's one here and there's one there. So that's kind of nice. This is a humongous mangrove swamp, so I'm not scared that we will run out of mangrove to harvest. But I was just trying to explore this swamp to get its contour and maybe see a third witchy hut. Not that I need so many, but yeah, this is a nice surprise, and I'm boating home so I can grab my lecterns and some other stuff I forgot and then go on with everything else I've been doing. Also, this is kind of filler content because it is still the 22nd that I'm recording. As you guys can see in my top left corner, second line. And the video needs to go out on the 30th. I need to edit this and I need to have at least some minutes of footage. So I kind of don't want to release something that's under 30 minutes. I hope you guys don't mind that. But yeah, I need ideas for how to make this into a good drowned farm. Because I think it's worth it to just turn this one into a drowned farm with this ocean this close. I know there's a few designs out there. I know it's not for the copper. It's just for me trying to farm everything I can. Maybe it's good for copper still. I'm not sure. Like, I know there's a trial chambers which has a lot of copper, but maybe having a farm just for copper without a trial chamber is a good medium in between before I go in there. Like, I'm not that pro of a player yet. I'm not a hermit. Maybe one day in like 40 years or so, if they still exist, maybe then. Or another SMP that's kind of popular by then, if YouTube still exists in 40 years, and so do I. Speaking of 40, it is my birth month in under a month. So release might be a little bit effed up in May, because there's TwitchCon coming and my birthday, and there's a few other things I need to do in May, so I'm not sure if I can stick to the 15th and the 30th release. We'll see. Hopefully this one goes out on time on the 30th of April. If not, then this one might be compensating one of the May videos. We'll see. But yeah, I'll mark this one on my map and then boat home, which is that way, where that cluster of tags is. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do, and I thought I'd show you guys this. So I'll see you guys in the next clip, which is hopefully home and something else. Then look, I found something. See ya. And this is gonna be a little bit out of order, my apologies for that, but I decided to add one more thing to the video. So what you're gonna see after this is recorded before this clip. I'm gonna build this. And I'm not sure how to really introduce this, but this is basically a very basic flower, wrong button, shaker farm. I won't be able to build everything just yet because I don't think I have the materials for all these observers. But I'm gonna build as much as I can and probably just have 2 levers on redstone that does the shaking for me. Or maybe just 2 observers doing a clicky clicky click instead of this nonsense. But I have the material list on screen. It's not gonna be here. We are going to... Which button do I need to press again? To the swamp, where we discovered here that we have a flower forest, and on later inspection, which you will see later, this is also all flower forest. So I technically don't need to build a tower like I planned in the creative part you're gonna see after this. But I might just pick a Y layer here, Y level here, and just be like, okay, I need this flower. That's where I'm gonna build the shaky instead. So I probably will, I will just level this all off. But first we need to travel here. There is a portal, so I need to see in the nether if I actually mark the other side of that. And travel to that, well, village and swamp location in the nether. And build a bridge and stuff. So I'm going to do that first. Then I'm going to collect my materials to build the shaky. And by the looks of it, it is nighttime. So we need to find my bed and sleep here. And I will see if I can also flatten everything. I have enough footage. It's just that it felt so overwhelmed with all the creative stuff. I'm going to add one more segment in of survival. So I'm hopping through the nether. I'm going to see if I have marked it out where the other thing is. I'm going to also unload this placement here because I just need my material list later. And I'm gonna see, I'm gonna do those things and I'll bring you guys back when I've built the flower shaker thing. So I'll see you guys in the next clip when I've done some things. In survival this time. Let's do that one more time. Looking at the nether map, this is where Portal Home is. This is where I died. This is where the old death is. That's where my first death is. This is the first village that we didn't mark. This is the other portals for the savannah, and then somewhere here is probably the swamp one, but because it's nether, I don't see it. Because there is this cave mode, and I can do full, and then you see absolutely 0. I can do off, and then you just see the roof, and I can do layered, and then I have it set manually to 127. Because that's the top of the nether without bedrock. Somewhere in here should be a portal. Probably somewhere here in the middle. I just don't see it. It's too dark. So we're gonna go to the not there. Go to the whatchamacallit again, the swamp, and mark the portal. Bring the goodies for the swamp shaker that I have in my inventory, or not inventory, in my material list right now, and do a couple of things in a different order than I just said. Because apparently I didn't mark my stuff. Yay. So, once again, I'll see you guys when I'm in the swamp and I'm probably done building the shaker. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. See you guys in a bit. I know this seed is absolutely crazy. I have, by the way, everything we need for the thing. I just don't have the redstone ore in normal. I have it in deep slate. I have picked up a bunch of other stuff, and I'm rowing my way to the swamp here. But what? What game? Like, I love Minecraft and stuff, but isn't this supposed to be in a cave instead of just, you know, here in the wild? I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Also, need to place those because inventory full and stuff. Mojang, fix that. Like, look, it's not even a cave. Like here, maybe, sorta, kinda. Ooh, hi, green. Yes, this is cave. This is what I expect. Ooh, pretty, by the way. Look at that. My 4 p.m. alarm. Wake up. This is also weird. Hi, Foxy. This is also kind of weird, but that's kind of the charm of Minecraft, right? To have these kind of formations. But what the heck is this? Like, generally, what the heck is this? This is a cave that didn't get covered. Probably, yeah. So there's more monster here. There's that. I also saw something that's really interesting, and I'm gonna use it as the thumbnail. Because it's also crazy. This seed is absolutely nuts. I don't know why. Like, we have the triple skelly spawner, we have double zombie spawner, we have the at least double spider spawner in the mesa, and we have a drown coming in. Last time I found the other zombie spawner in the mesa, and that's me clicking out of... Wrong button! Sneezing. Shite. Good thing I have a mute button now. But... come on, Minecraft. Be normal or something. I don't know why this seed is so crazy with everything, but... I haven't found a triple or quadruple witch hut in a swamp just yet, but I'm kind of not surprised if even that would show up at one point, because... this is absolutely getting out of hand how bad this stuff is getting. Like, oh Yang, I love you. I absolutely love Minecraft and love the game, but this seed generation, I might give out it episode 50 or something. Don't know. This is absolutely ouch crazy. Also, look at this gaggle of mobs here suddenly. It's... I don't know. Hello? Maybe I don't go here. I just go here. This is absolutely nuts and crazy. I don't understand anymore. I've found so many pretty things. I'm like, this is beautiful. I need to record this, and then I can't find my OBS buttons. I'm like, oh, well, never mind. I'll just take a screenshot and put it up in the thumbnail. But if I would do that every time, my thumbnails would be a mishmash of like 7 different screenshots, and I'm trying to keep it to one to keep it interesting. I'm not really good at editing the screenshots. Like, I might screen snip a part of a screenshot to get my thumbnail, because YouTube will complain about its size, but still going the right way. Quickly checking the map. There's so many crazy things, and I don't understand. Like, I thought I knew this game. I've been playing this since 2013, so that's about 13 years now. Somewhere in April I started playing of 2013, so that's been 13 years now. I kind of think I understand this game with all the silly mechanics they keep adding. Like, I'm still, by the way, in 121.11. There's only one thing that still needs to be updated, and that's paper. It's experimental, it's just not out. And I don't want to lose this world because of an experiment, you know? There's plenty of experiments going, and there's some creepers I'm trying to avoid, and skellies and other things. But seeing these crazy things, I might just make a collage thingy majig of just the screenshots of this world that I made, and that's been in a video, or at least been in a video enough for me to show off. Also, we arrived at our destination. This is where we want to build the shaky farm. But first, I need to sleep, and I'm pretty sure I had a bed here. Yes, I did. Good. So, sleep the night away. And quickly hop into the nether. Ooh, slay the zombie that's there. Quickly hop into the nether. To, mark the nether so we can, next time we go home and back, we can just mark it from there and just make a path. Yeah, we need that. And here it's just gonna be a shaky farm right here. And then I'm gonna flatten the forest, because like I said in the beginning of today's clips, there's actually more flower forest over here. I realized that when I was doing the creative bits that you might see after this or before this. I have no idea. But basically what happens is you bone meal the ground, and you kind of can see which flowers you're getting. And there's 2 ways of getting all the flowers in the flower forest. That is making a ginormous, and I mean absolutely ginormous version of it. Ow. That was stupid. Like, I'll just go stand here for a bit and do free cam. Like, in this area, there will be only allium spawning. In this area, there will be a mixture of orange, white, red tulips here. There will be just these azure blue things, poppies. These double tile flowers don't count. There's some area, not sure if it's in render distance, that will be just lily of the valley, etc, etc. I think it was back here, yeah. So this is just lily of the valley, and I explained that in the creative bit. Also, hello, Voxy is not loading. It gives you a sneak peek into the world. Quite little into the world. Z-fighting and glitchy, and that's just lovely. Foxy not rendering there yet. But yeah, so here we would get a very large, at this Y level, we would get a very large shaky farm, basically, of these oxide daisies. Every Y level will have its own flower generating based on Y level and the fact it's in the flower forest. And that's why I'm just gonna do one shaky right here. Just here, just for the, hi. I need to get out of free cam mode and go back to my portal, because there's something to slay. Yes, you. Hi. Die. Die. That's one. Ow. Ow. Pocket's full. Yeah, so basically this is, I will chop these trees down and get some extra materials. Not that I need it, but this is everything I currently have here. That's why I brought 2 chests, because I can then just be sneaky and switch out my pistons for the chests and quickly go here and here and dump everything in. I'm not sure if I need everything, but you can see now the counter of everything that I would need is now back up to everything. I don't have the glass just yet. That's fine. I need to make it for your trips anyways. And this is probably gonna be just a small little farm with just these, unless I find better ones up there. But I'm probably just gonna level it all out. Not sure what I'm gonna do. There's multiple ways now for me to do this. There's a giant tower option, just here in this little island part. And there's the option that I'm gonna level this whole forest just to sea level and just bone meal everything and see what I'm getting. It would not be true bedrock. through sea level because I do need, as you can see, if I do this move to player and placement off, I do need a few layers of redstone, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really. So this one also will be up on from the floor, really. But yeah, I do need a few things that brain. No brain. Brain no work. Okay. Time to chop down trees and build this. I'll see you guys when it's done. If not, I'll see you guys when it's done. So the farm is built. I only brought one grass block because I just don't have that many. So yeah, there's this. And then if I press this button and do placement off, you guys can see there's a whole bunch still missing. All the glass is still missing because I just don't have it. I'm missing the armor stand and I'm kind of missing the hopper minecart that sits in here. But that's for when I have a lay. I currently do not have a lay yet. So for now, it's just going to be me hopping up through the redstone up here. And shaky, shaky, shaky if I have bone meal. And just manually dropping it in this trough of hoppers. And it will go into this chest down there. That's all it's gonna be for now. Because, like I said, I do not have the allays yet. I do not have the glass yet. That means I need to trade with them a little bit more. And look at that. There is a golem now. Yay. There is 2 swamp villagers. Nice. And there's some babies that are going in and out of the farm. That's fine. None is in my butts, so I need to bring over the trading stuff for them, because I don't think I've had those yet, unless it's in this chest and I just didn't see it. So 1 shaky done, a bunch more to build, but I'm not going to do that this episode. That's going to be this one. That's going to be a next one, because like I said, this needs to get moving. All the grass needs to be there before I can even start this. And then I also need to have a source of bone meal. Because here's the thing. You need bone meal to start this thing up. And then it brings bone meal. I'm not sure if this is self-sufficient. Like, if all the grass that comes from this farm is enough to keep it going. I don't really care. Because we have the triple skellies thing. And I think it's time to work on that one next episode. So next episode will be late. After this, you will see me yapping about flower forests for a whole bunch in creative and some other creative filling, because I didn't think I would do more in survival while I'm waiting for this. So you see how I designed this farm a little bit, and what else I sort of have planned here. It will be a little bit different configuration because I built this one here. So yeah, the other things I might have might have planned here and in mind have here might go to a different location. I have plenty of ocean. I even have this little island. So yeah, I have plenty of things here. And also I'm showing this map on purpose like this because there's something here that I now am aware of. You'll see in the creative version of this exact world what that is. And also, is this kind of where we died? Oh, look, this is where the village is, where we had our death loop pretty much in the beginning with our trek to this specific forest. Also, I discovered while traveling up and down, and this is in none of the videos, but I need to find it. I crossed a forest. You know, the one that's here. The one that's gray. This was all gray, so I chopped everything down and I found 1 creaking heart in the whole forest. So I now have my first creaking heart. I wasn't sure if I could just mine it with silk touch, but apparently you just need a silk touch axe for it or silk touch something for it and it will drop. So I might need to chop down more natural forest of the gray variety. And since we're kind of sort of close to this one, I might just chop this a little bit down and see. Because you can see here we already chopped some down, but we need to chop more down. So I can actually, I'm not gonna touch this, nor the other one that's on the thing. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. So enjoy the next segment that's fully in creative. I'll say goodbye for now in case you're not interested. You can just skip that. If you are interested in more creative, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to share my creative process. I thought it would be nice. And it is the 28th of April, which means I have 1 day to edit this and push it to you guys. Probably going to be late. I'm probably releasing this early May. And that means the videos from May are gonna be a little bit off schedule, but that's fine because my birthday is coming up. What the heck is that? Oh, it's just another village. My birthday is coming up. I have several appointments this month for my health because it's been 3 months since I saw some people, so it's that time of the that time of the season for me. And then in exactly a month, I will not be home for about a week. It's my first vacation in 2 years that I'm not sleeping at home for more than one night. I'll be going to TwitchCon. So if you want to meet up there, that's fine. Just shoot me a DM on something, preferably Discord. That's probably what I have open. Leave a comment under the video if you're excited to go to TwitchCon Rotterdam. I will be there from Thursday to Tuesday. Tuesday morning is when I leave. So basically Thursday afternoon-ish till about, what is it? Monday. I'll be leaving on Tuesday morning, so Monday is basically meetup time. If you didn't see me at TwitchCon and still staying around Rotterdam. I'm not local to Rotterdam, but close enough that this year, for the last year, it is in Rotterdam. I'm getting a hotel instead of traveling 2.5 hours one way and having about 15 hours. That's a 1 and a 5 sleep across 4 days. Do not recommend that for last year. But yeah, I have a few plans, but I'm probably skipping a few videos in May because of the bigger plans and everything that needs to be organized and everything. I might fire up a stream or two. I still stream. It's just been since October since I actually streamed. So yeah, happens. Life happens and stuff. So in case you're not watching the... Didi. Right, this is the drowned spawn cave. That's all the way there. In case you're not watching the creative part after this, enjoy the month of May, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this episode. I'll also say goodbye at the end of the creative part. So if you're watching that, thank you for watching the creative part. Enjoy. Leave a comment if you like it, and I'll see you guys next video. Look, it grew. Bye-bye. I thought it might be nice for a little bit of more content in this video that I show you how I go designing one of the farms I have. This is where the swamp is. That's what I've designed. I'll go back to that in a second. To give you guys some context, this is the village that we just visited to get our villagers for our swamp. As you can see, there's no villager thing here. This is the creative version of the same exact seed. Oh, look, there's another village there. I didn't even know that. I have not seen this village in my survival world. So that's a nice surprise that it's there. So this is basically the same thing. It's the same seed. This is, in fact, the world I had before I moved location. I just turned this into a creative world. So there's some of my stuff is here. Like, we still have the tree farm set up and the previous melon and pumpkin farms with the crop farms here. And apparently one of the blocks was broken. There's still my sugarcane, my cactus. This was all still here. And I just did something there that you guys just saw. Sneaky, sneaky, but we're in the swamp now because I realized when I was making the villager breeder that sits there that there's a teeny tiny flower forest here. Like, let's see, I can turn on H and C and go render. True, this is from Mini Hut, and you now see a green outline. I'll go up a bit so you can see more green outline. Every green outline is the outline of the biome. So you can see this is flower forest, and then if we go over a bit, you can see that the swamp starts somewhere here. This is swamp, and that's the green line from the swamp. So what I did is I designed up in the air here in the ocean a flower shaker with allays, except the allays are killed because they got annoying. So this is for the allays set up, and I have a little platform here so I can drop into the ocean. This is why I am creative. I can actually peek under those hoppers and open this, and this is all filled up. And this is a shaker that we're gonna build, and it just works as follows. It just pushes, and then you get flowers and seeds. So what I did is I took this design, and we can turn those off now. Where's my biome? Here. Much better. I took that design. This was the first initiation, and I realized it's not good. So I have this one here for the flowers of the swamp with some testing. This is plenty of flowers, I think. This will all be put into bone meal. Same goes for not these, but these and this, if that ever fills up. This was me trying to do a test with everything filled up. So there's access for me here. This was all filled up. This is all filled up. These were all filled up. And even the barrel that sits there hiding was all filled up with bone meal. And I had to pause it multiple times because these minecarts plus hoppers could not keep up putting it in this chest and this chest. So I disconnected this part. This is just going to be the sorting system. Netherrack is just going to be a temporary block for me. So we have a bunch of puppies. We have some allium. We don't have alliums yet. So what I'm doing here is I'm logging which plants are being spawned where. So if I turn on this and let it shake a few times, you see we have... Let me go inside. We have the red tulip, we have seeds, of course, and we have the azure blue thing, whatever this plant is called. So here on the outside, I have a shelf with those plants. I know everything's gonna give seeds, so that's not something I want to log, but I do want to log which 2 plants it gives me. I did that for a couple. Here is orange and red tulips, more tulips, even more tulips. More of the same tulips, just red ones that I saw. More orange and red, just orange ones. And of course seeds. Here's pink tulip, and some oxeye daisies. Oxeye daisies, and pink tulip again. It could be that there's other flowers gonna be there too. The reason I'm doing it like this is so I can see which layers I need to actually build these on when I am planning these in survival. Part of me wants to just keep it one single flower. Part of me wants to have as many flowers as I can get in the shake area. There is one layer here. This is the top one, and this I decided to bring you guys in. This one has oxeye daisies and 2 types of tulips. And it sometimes takes a couple of shakes to have everything done. That's why I'm trying to let it run for a couple of minutes before I hop in and be like, yes. So we have the pink tulip here. We have a white tulip there. See the color difference. And earlier I also had some oxide daisies, and apparently this time there's no oxide daisy. So it could be that where am I? It could be that there's just a bad batch. It doesn't always spawn everything. The only way I can actually do that is by manually. I mean, that is an option. Just manually building a grass tower here in another copy of this seed. I have 2 copies. And just manually bone meal every block and just see what flowers I'm getting. And then decide based on that, like, okay, so this layer gives me, in this case, I don't see any oxide daisies anymore. Which kind of sucks, because having 3 flowers on 1 layer is kind of ideal. It was somewhere here. So there, yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. I see one. So here in this corner, there's apparently oxide daisy spawning. The reason I'm doing this is to see which layers are most useful. Part of me is like, hey, the layers with just one flower are good, because I can just be like, okay, I just need, in this case, pink tulips. I turn on this layer with just pink tulips. On the other hand, I'm like, yeah, this gives me 3 flowers with just 1 farm. That's not bad either. So I need to make up my brain what we're gonna do either. Because I'm not gonna build this all the way. Like, this is already at looking at 225. And the way I do this is, I have a light medic. That's perfectly aligning. I have this sneaky end portal frame that if I click a button, not that button, this button, it pastes it into the world for me. So all the things I have to do is do this. It comes preloaded with bone meal. Look indoors. Wait a couple shakes. Wait a couple more shakes. Turn it off. And look inside which flowers I'm seeing. I'm just seeing the pink tulip at this moment. I'm just seeing the pink. Maybe there's a white one too. So this is what I do. I sometimes go over this side. And then I drop down accidentally. Cool. The other way I could have done this is, like I said, build a grass layer, bone meal everything by hand, have a command block next to me that removes the grass, and just keep bone mealing. I don't see any other flowers. That is a more secure way, because then I see every block. Now it's just depending on whatever the game decides to spawn. Yeah, this is just those 2 tulips. So what I mean is I'll do that for this layer here. It's this. This with the Anvil method. Just do this. Because I have world edit on this, I can grab my axe. You see I have all flowers present. Do this. Do this. Replay. If I can type with a mic in front of my face. Replace air grass block. Okay. Put this aside, go into ingredients, grab 1 piece of bone meal, and go into the operator utilities and grab me a repeating command block. Put down 2 of them. Look at this coordinate, which is, typing it in chat. Oh wait, I have those. 8338, 8338, 233. 318. I need to put in these. Basically, what I need to do is the command I used. I need to use the vanilla command of what I just did with world edit. So I need to do fill. This one that I'm looking at. Actually, it's one up. It's this one that I need. So I need to do fill, not fill biome, that one. And that one. I'm just using these. Then go to air. I'm not sure which way around this goes. Replace tall grass. And put this command into here. Repeat. Doesn't need redstone. Always active. Let's test. Yes. And I need to do the same, but for short grass. And I think that's just short grass. It's not short grass, it's short grass. Always active. Bam. So now all I need to do is just hold down bone meal over the grass block. And as you see, I just keep flowers. Everything else is being removed because of these two command blocks. And yes, this is something you do in creative. You don't do this in survival, but it gives you a nice map of which flower is gonna grow where. And because I'm doing all the blocks, I know exactly which flowers I'm gonna get. This is how I do my mega versions. I recorded a tutorial on that and realized it was going to be so long and so boring that I decided not to edit it into an actual thing. And now you see there's two spots where there's an orange one. An orange tulip spawning. So technically this has... probably not the oxide daisies that I planted. Let's see. What are you going to give me? Orange tulip. And what are you going to give me? Actually, oxide daisies. So this layer would have oxide daisies, pink tulips, white tulips, and a little bit of orange. So this would give me 4 flowers. And I'm pressing the wrong button because I've been playing a different game. I could do this and just be like, okay, so layer, whatever this is layer 234. Make a list somewhere. Layer 234 has these flowers. And then move everything up. Just by 1. I can do that actually. I need this. This. Because this is where you do use world edit then. Move 1. Up. Adjust this one. It's there. I just need to adjust the height that this is now 2, 3, 5. And here too, 2, 3, 5. Done. Oop. 2, 3, 5. And repeating. 2, 3, 5. I'm not a pro at this either. 2, 3, 5. Yes. Repeat. Always active. Done. Copy this one. Paste it in here. And just remove the short grass. Repeat. Always active. Done. And repeat. Again, oxide daisy. Pink tulips. It's just way more work to do this for every layer, in my opinion, than just to build the machine where you're gonna build it anyways. That one just doesn't want to go. Just nope. It just means that everything else is done in the environment. This can take a couple hours to do that from basically bedrock to world height. I would have to dig out this space 9 by 9 every darn time. And here's the downside. Say I find 2 layers on top of each other that I want to utilize, then I cannot do that because of how big the machine is. So I would have to work around that I need to basically, I cannot do this every layer. I would have to, because there's a layer of grass involved and then there's a layer of plants, right? So you can't, even if I'm not using a lay or anything else, you just can't, it looks like a very similar pattern though. So white, orange, oxide daisies, and pink. Yep, similar pattern. I I could do this for the rest of the build height instead of doing the machines. Machines look cooler in my opinion. This is way more work for me. I mean, I have to reset the command. I have to... Oh, I could do that. I just realized something. But yeah, this is a flower forest. This teeny tiny piece right there is a flower forest. That is a normal forest. That is swamp. So it's really ideal to make this kind of tower of flowers, because I can just make a scaffold all the way up and just be like, I need this flavor, basically, of flowers, and just turn on that layer. The downside of using this method is, like I said, I need at least 2 layers to get the flowers. And that's without all the redstone that comes with it. Like I said, this is 4, 5, 6 layers, 7 layers worth of farm. So by building them like this, right on top of each other, I can get a more or less normal one. More normal one as in realistic. If I do it like this, I could. What I could do, I just realized, is just make a giant grass tower. Just make a giant grass tower and start at the top and work my way down and just mark down like, hey, layer this is interesting, layer this is interesting. But yeah, this is a tiny biome, and that makes it ideal for a tower like this. But in comparison, we have near home. I need to be careful what I show and what I don't show, because there was spoilers. Like, this is also a flower forest. This more or less hourglass on its side shape is all flower forest. And I tried to make that into a giant flower farm, and it's just too big. It's over 500 blocks. Like, it's going from all the way here to all the way here. This is coordinate 271 minus 326. And on this side, we have minus 255 minus 330. 330. Like, that's a pretty big stretch. That's for over 500 blocks worth of farming, and that means that if I do flying machines, what I usually do with that size, it's not gonna make it to the other side in time. And I could build a giant layer of grass, like I did here, and just manually bone meal everything and be like, okay, this is where I'm gonna get the right flowers, and then build shakies. But I thought this was more fun. There's just a few shakies here. I also have, if we drop down, because there's a swamp here, I also made 2 shakies for the crimson and the warp nylium. Because, hey, if we're here anyways turning this one into, basically my idea is to turn all the grass into bone meal. That's what's gonna happen, and that's why this one is connected to this one. This is now disconnected, but this is a sorter where most of the tulips, most of the farms, most of the flowers are in. We have poppies, we have alliums. Alliums did not come true yet, so that's what I'm still trying to get there. We have the tulips, we have more tulips, we have more tulips, we have other tulips, we have oxeye daisies. I also haven't found cornflowers yet, no lilies of the valley. We have found the swamp flower, of course. There's also dandelions coming in, azure bluets, and I haven't hooked up the nether ones, but this is what you can get, and then everything else. So also, if it is this flower and just too much coming in, it's just gonna be bone meal. And then once this double chest is full, that's basically when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick that up, and I'm gonna put it into the needed flour and just put it in the barrel, because I need almost 1 double chest full, so 2 barrels full of bone meal to fill everything up. Campsite, even with 3 LAs per, it's not keeping up. Like, this has 3 LAs per, 3 for seeds and 3 for the blue flower. And it's not keeping up with how much it's spawning. Mainly it is, these are just choking up. So I need to find something else here. Maybe I just need to, instead of do this, have a couple columns sorting it. But this is how I do these kind of things, like these large scale projects. Like, I'm not gonna build this whole tower. Keep that in mind. You won't see this whole tower in my survival world. I will pick a few layers and be like, okay, this is an interesting layer. Maybe I go down and there's more layers. I'll just open up this one again, but you know, with a fresh swamp and fresh flower forest, because this is also flower forest and this is swamp. So I could build this shaky a little bit different. But yeah, that's basically how I do this. I also realized I probably don't have enough. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more flower farm here. This is also flower forest. So maybe I do need to find. This is bigger than I thought. Maybe I do need to find me some spots here, because there's obviously alliums and poppies and azure blue and more freaking tulips. I don't think we need tulips. Also, look how big it is. Yeah. So maybe I do need to use this. I thought it was way smaller, but maybe I just need to build the big platform here and just bone meal everything. And then build different shakies. I don't need to build a shaky for these, because you can just literal bone meal these and get them. I will put those where my skelly farm is, because, you know, that's way easier. But finding the right spots, like here is a cluster of these. And I'm trying to find the missing ones while I'm here. And here's the thing. These are growing at that level, but as you saw, the higher I go, the flowers change. That's the nature of a flower forest. But here's the thing. In this specific spot, there will always be an orange tulip. Every time. Do I still have a grass block? But if I go here... let me rearrange this a little bit. Okay, grass, 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 grass. This is why I use the command block. So I can just spam. Instead of, you know, click, click. Okay, so this spot will always have a red tulip. Now, if we go a higher one, we do the same process. Again, command blocks are really ideal for this. Again, red tulip. Let me get it back. And I think there's way to... I keep punching. I keep pinching it. Red tulip. I want it changed. I want to prove my point. Red tulip. It just takes a few tries, and this is why I love the command blocks. Still red tulip. Let's go up by 5. Let's see if we're still getting a red tulip. Random numbers. I'm trying to prove the point that it is Y depending. Problem is, game is like, yeah, no, how about we don't show that? Let's keep that part a secret. I hate this. Okay, let's just go up, 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 up. Please, no more tulip. There we go. So, at this height, it's suddenly an azure blue A. Well, probably at this level, it's still stupid tulip. And I'm calling it stupid by now because I've seen way too many. Nope. And this is basically what I would need to do. There we go. Now you can see the difference. Like, at this level, there's always going to be a red tulip. At this level, there's always going to be an azure bluet. It is height depending. And maybe it's... That's 92. That's 91. That's 90. Curious. Maybe it is per 10. I mean, if I go to below 80... We had some tulips here. Yep, tulip. But basically, that's why I built that humongous tower. To show that, hey, this is kind of the flowers we want. And you can't bone meal dirt. But yeah, I don't see myself doing this for a very large area. Without the help of some kind of machine. Yeah, it's still red tulip. So yeah, you can see that there's a difference in height. And probably at one point it will change to a different flower. And that's why I'm building it all stacked on top of each other. Maybe it is time to get... Ooh, is that... So here I would get Lilies of the Valley. Also, hello Benny. There's a bun. There's buns. I do not have updated to the tiny takeover things stuff. Because the map mod I'm using is not updated just yet. So I'm waiting for that. So this would be a nice cluster. There's tulips, there's other tulips, there's some lilies, and there's some azure bluet. And there's probably other things too. But like I said, I would then have to... pick a layer, a Y level, cover everything that's then visible under the biome border. So basically this is, wow, way bigger than I thought. Come on, down. Down. There we go. So it is basically an intersection of the swamp right there. That's making that tiny. This is a pretty big biome. Come down. Come. I said, okay, fine. You can see the green outline. That's basically where the flower biome ends. Or basically, that's the biome border. Beyond it is a different biome. That's how you need to see this. So this is how I can be like, okay, I want to build it, say, at... this height. I can just pillar up to here with any block, and usually I use green and red glass or two different blocks, and then one is going to be, this is inside the border because in the border is still, you can see the difference. This is outside the border, this is ocean, and then inside the border is flower forest. So this would get me a red block like no flower forest, and this would then probably get me a green or a grass block like yes, this is flower forest. And I would follow at that Y level the whole, well, you can't see it anymore, but the whole border, like everywhere, at that specific height, and that's where I would then build the rest of my things. The flying machines, the bone meal supply system. The downside is it's taking actual hours. This is way faster because it is a tiny area. But maybe I do need to build a few shakers down below now that I see that it's way bigger. But yeah, I like the tower idea. So here again, here's flower forest, and this is swamp intersecting. We also have those there. But yeah, this is pretty tiny and pretty enclosed here. Like if I go up, you see that it's still mostly within the green lines. If I do it like this, it's not everywhere, but that's fine. Because like I said, it's decently tiny everywhere. And it's doable like this. So I thought I'd just show you guys this part of me designing a farm in creative. And now the green stuff is annoying me. So bye-bye. And while I'm here, since I will be having a portal around here anyways, that I already took a look at and we saw the bastion, I thought this was gonna be a good location to do this. Like, it's pretty tiny, it's pretty compact, except that was also flower first. It's pretty tiny, it's pretty compact, and it's a good to reach location once I have the nether tunnel built. And with the bastion, I also might use this part of the ocean for the pickling bartering, because I do have a humongous thing for that, designed a few versions ago. And it basically needs a huge stretch of land for the overworld part. I made a video on it. I will probably link it in the description of the video where I'm building the bartering part. But that means I need to get on the nether roof, and I don't want to do that until I have done some things under the roof. You know, I know how to get up there. It's a little bit tricky. I might die a couple of times, but yeah, I thought it would be interesting for me to show you guys my creative version of the same seed. It's the exact same seed. It's the backup copy I've had since I started the world. And this is why I want to test out these things. So when I'm in survival for you guys, the series, I'm like, okay, I need to build it. I need to build this specific farm at Y level there and just go, instead of trying to figure that out while you guys are watching, because I don't think that's annoying. That's good content. That's why I do it in creative. It takes hours of my time to actually come up with designs and actually do stuff with it. But you know, that's the life of a creator if you're not showing everything. But I thought a nice peek behind the scenes would be interesting. I might keep even that one, because, you know, it gives me dandelions and poppies, which is red and yellow dye. I can get it from the double tall flowers, but hey, when we're here anyways, you know, it might not hurt to get those going too. My sorter is set up for it. Basically, every single flower that is now in my inventory is sorted, and the few I haven't found yet, this thing are these three. The allium, the lily of the valley, the cornflowers, and the dandelions and the poppies are usually everywhere where there's not a specific biome. And also there's a kitty cat now climbing in the freaking scratching thing behind me. It's there for them to scratch their nails, to sharpen the nails. So yeah, I thought this was going to be an interesting bit. Let me know if you actually enjoy this part, or if you want me to skip and just be like, hey guys, I did something. Let me know. Kitty cat meow. I'll go design this a little bit further, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. The next clip is actually me in the other backup world that I also had since start. You can see this is the actual backup that I started. So there's no village or anything. This is just my first plain village with my breeder, my bridges here. There's no iron farm. There's not much to see except I did start on the slime farm project that I wanted to do here. Like, you can see my portal, but I ran into issues. So there is a slime farm there. This is 3 chunks, and this is the other one. So this is the other world I've been having, and here is the other flower forest farm that I designed. This, like I said, I have a tutorial on this, how to do this. And I'm just gonna show it. I'm not gonna do the whole explanation. Just let me know in the comments if you'd like to have a tutorial on this size farm. Like I said, it's really, really, really huge. Just for size, this is 1 chunk. This green allium is 1 chunk. Just one. I'm not done. If we look underneath, I have the setup for how I wanted to have the bone meal done. So there's a daylight detector, basically, that triggers a long line of observers. Every now and again, there's an observer going to the right. That triggers this dropper, and that dispenser. This will have a line of bone meal going that way. Same direction as the observers. So basically, this will also go like this. And probably has some collection chest sitting up there then. Let's actually put in a barrel this time. Like there. This is probably neater. Yes. Barrels can be opened under blocks. So every 4, I think. 4 or 5. This one would trigger. Whenever this one gets triggered. As you can hear the click. And basically, I would need to have a flying machine that goes from this side to that side. And just to show how large this is, remember, my cursor, my highlighted area is one chunk. That's 16 by 16 blocks. Now I'm zooming out. This is the whole thing. The colored pattern is using command blocks. Replace flower with its matching dye. So what I do for that is I grab a load of bone meal. This is where command blocks come in again. And I'd be like, yeah, so... Again, this process, but helped with command blocks. Let's see if we can get it. We can get a flower. So this is a pink tulip. And if you put a pink tulip into a crafting bench, because we're in creative right now. I don't have my creative inventory. We get pink dye. So for this spot, I have pink tulip becomes pink glass. And glass just because it allows the grass to stay grass. And so I have a couple command blocks. One to remove the short and tall grass for air. And then one for each flower to turn it into their dye. Since there are 16 colors, this is what you then get. And there is a little bit of beach area. In the middle of this whole flower forest, this is suddenly beach. Or plains. So, this blue spot is a cornflower. But it's not guaranteed, because it's not the flower forest. Same goes here. This little corner is probably a cornflower, and this is probably dandelions and something else, but we're not in a flower forest. As you can see right above the little map, it says plains. It says plains there still. Crap. It means underneath here. There's probably, yeah, so here is plains. So every time I bone meal here, it won't give me the same flower. Now it gives me a dandelion. And just to prove my point, please don't spawn another dandelion. It did. But flower forests are known for the fact that they will always spawn the same thing. While other biomes should not do that. I'm saying should because that's the 3rd dandelion in a row. Come on. Don't give me another dandelion. Just give me a poppy or a cornflower or something else. Oop. Wrong. Wrong button. Wrong order. Hi, cat. Cat wants to play. I hear meow, meow, meow in the background. Okay, so... there it is. There's a cornflower. So... when I did this is basically just lifted up a couple of blocks. What's going to be here? Orange tulip. Okay, so this is still going to be orange. There. Basically, that's how I do these things in short. This is probably also going to be orange. There's apparently holes in here. I use command blocks to remove the grass for me, and then I turn every flower into its corresponding color of glass, and then this is what you get. That's how I get the pattern. This is red nyllium, and it's to make sure that the grass doesn't override the moss, and the moss doesn't override the grass. Because moss cannot override moss and grass cannot override nylium, and nylium and not the two nyliums cannot override the two types of moss nor grass. So that's why I have it in this pattern. It's just nylium around it, red nylium around it, then a layer of moss, then a layer of nylium, and then another layer of moss. And if I need more, I continue. As you see here, so there's another layer of nylium, more moss, more nylium. And if I would have had a bigger area, there would have been moss around this too. But I think this is plenty big enough. Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 chunks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Counting is hard. Counting is hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Times 16 blocks. Like, it's 36 chunks of 16 by 16. That's massive. Also, this is, yeah. I needed to do some prep work here. So that's why this one only has that and doesn't have the tail to the other side. But I will get that. So this is the other option of a flower farm I had, but it's getting way too big to be useful. Like, this is one harvest, maybe. And I'm probably losing 50% with the flying machines going north-south. If I go east-west, it's just not even gonna happen. So that's why I'm opting for the one in the swamp that we can't see on this map, because I haven't been there. That's how you can see what my priorities were. So that's kind of where my two thoughts are. Like, I could do this. I could totally set up shakers for this farm. I could. Like, you can see on the map where every color is. I can totally set up a shaker for this far, for this color. I can set up shakers for here, for here. Basically, everywhere there's almost a chunk worth of one color. Or maybe even this, where you have 3 types of flowers near. And this, where you have multiple, also 3, by the way. I can totally do that. But it's such a large area, and it's so close to home that I'm also afraid of lag. Like, this is the little pond we have for the villager breeder with the bridge. This is the 2 slime chunks. Well, actually, 6 slime chunks that are here. It's really close to home if I also do this. That's also why I'm opting for the one in the swamp. Purely because of that. Purely because of lag. And now I have a way to turn on specific layers instead of just building one giant farm. Like I said, I have a tutorial on how to do this. In short, it's find a flower forest, map out the border of the flower farm forest, and if you don't have the tools like mini hut and stuff, you can also look at your normal F3 screen. Turn on the biome. Do I have biome on? I don't have biome on. Biome? Biome? Turn on the biome. That's actually F3 and F6 if you don't have it. Put it in overlay or put it on always. Up to you. I'd put it in overlay so it's not always there in your face. But maybe you don't want it to have all the numbers and you want it to be here. F3, F6, turn on always. And now you can see this is flower forest, this is plains. And now you can just be like, okay, so I picked my height. In this case, we're at 81. Look, we're at 80. Looking at. Because if I press F3, you can see that it's looking at somewhere. Targeted block is Y80. So you can see that this is all flower forest. And you can just be like, okay, so this is flower forest. I place a block here. Preferably grass, so you know. And then something else, like stone. Something else you have a lot of. That's not grass. So don't do podzol, mycelium, or something else, because they will conflict. Do something that's totally not grass-like. Not dirt, not coarse dirt, not gravel, because, you know, falls. Pick a different block. Stone, cobblestone, granite, maybe. Look, I had to partially dig out of the mountain with world edits, so maybe you had something with that. Pick a block. Netherrack. That's not grass. Yeah? And then just start in a area and just be like, okay, so this is flower forest. Hold shift and then scoot over. Because if I do this, hold shift, you can see that this block is also, I'm now also in flower forest. If I go over on this side, you can see my cursor now switches to plains on these three sides. See, flower forest is here. I'm not on that block technically. I'm technically on this one. On the edges. So that's how I do this. And I usually just map out the edge. If I'm not turning on mini hut, I usually map out the edge like that. Have stone, have grass on me. In creative. And then just fill it in with world edit. If you don't have world edit and you're doing this purely in survival, don't do it. You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Also, hi, I think I missed a block here. It's probably gonna be pink. Yep, that's a pink tulip. Okay. I'm not sure why there's holes in my ceiling. But that's then the second step. Once you've mapped out the whole biome, that's where the boring part starts. Bone meal. Bone meal, bone meal, bone meal, bone meal, bone meal, bone meal, bone meal. Bone meal. And bone meal some more. Until you get flowers. So you have to do, if you're not using command blocks, if you're not doing this in creative, if you're just doing this in survival, you have to stand there and be like, until you see a flower, and then you pick a next spot and you do the same thing. Until you see a flower, and then you don't punch it. Because that's stupid. And I've been doing that a few times in this clip. And then you do the next one until you just have flowers. This is the absolute longest part of this whole process. Going over your whole biome. And this is why I recommend doing this in creative. Because even in creative, you still have, if you're not using command blocks, you're still having to punch out a bunch of grass. So I recommend get I'm distracted by my phone. Get a copy of your world. If you're not on an SMP, get a copy of your world. Get a copy of the seed. And do this in creative first. And then either with screenshot coordinates or however, like Medica, copy it into your survival. Especially when you're working with this scale. I could not do this without world edit, without light medica, and without mini hut. I had to use those to do this. I have to. Because, like I said, it's 36 chunks. I'm 16. Hold up. We can do that. We can do that. That's 36 times 16. It's 576 sex blocks. Meanwhile, my phone is going off because it's daytime and people are doing things. Times, the other thing was 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's 17 times 16 blocks. That's 272. So we're working with an area that's 272 on the shortest end. Yes, you could pick just a chunk strip here. That's still 36 chunks that you're doing. 36 chunks means 36 times 16 by 16. 16 times 16 is 356 blocks. Say that... I'm in there on the calculator. Hold up. Times 36, that is 9,216 blocks. That's a 9, a 2, a 1, and a 6. That's just one strip here, going, say, through here, through the middle. Just one strip. Right? I'm not gonna calculate what it is to do the other thing, because I have what edit. So I grab my tool. And I press all the wrong buttons, and I go here, and I click right, and be like, hey, teleport me. So that's coordinate 1304, 80, minus 417. Then I use my map, because creative, teleporting, to teleport me to this corner here. Hi, and it's glitching. To here. Okay, so that is 158,372 blocks. It's right there on screen. 158,372 blocks. For this whole area, including the edge. Yes, including the edge. But there's not even a freaking... there's not even a flying machine here. You also need to have a little catch tray for whatever the flying machine is gonna do. Also, hello, deep hole I don't want to fall into. Yeah. This is also, just placing that amount of blocks is hours of work if you're not using world edit or anything else. Right? In survival. Just doing that. Keep in mind, you're also dealing with chunks. So you have to press F3 and G and be like, okay, so in this chunk, I need this block. Right? So you also need to keep in mind that you're doing this. That is easy compared to... Because this is just, you go by the biome. Right? So this chunk still has flower forest biome in. So that also gets... Nylium, a little bit. And then the chunk that's neighboring it also gets Nylium. And then this one also gets Nylium. This one didn't get Nylium because there's plenty of room between this corner and where the actual biome is. So I don't expect this one to spread all the way to there. If it does, then I know that, you know, but I'm not going to take it that far. The thing that's still missing from this monstrosity here is flying machines. Is the bone meal system. Because you're gonna need a crap ton, excuse the language, of flying machines. You're gonna need a absolute F-ton. Maybe even a metric ton or an imperial one. I don't know. You're gonna need a load of materials for this. This is not something you do in survival unless you're crazy. This could be something I see the hermits do as a collective. Like, one person. This is not even something the hermits would do, honestly, by themselves. Maybe as a group project, like, hey, we found this amazing flower forest and we're gonna turn it into a community farm style. That's when you maybe do this with 25 people. But that's then 25 people all working on this project, right? 36 by 17 chunks worth of just placing blocks. That's not including the fact you need to build a flying machine on top that's mowing the lawn, and then a bone meal system to supply. Unless, of course, they just do the glass stuff and they just be like, okay, so we built this glass outline, and this is where you can find certain blocks, and go ham with your own bone meal. Like, bring your own bone meal. Here's an area. This is where the colors are. Look up, and boom. That's something I can see them do. But still, this is a huge thing. Like, I've wrong button. I made this without the use of Xerox, the map mod I'm using, both mini map and big map. So where I need to turn that thing off from always and back to off because I have it in mini hut. That's why I have it in mini hut. So what I did is, because I didn't have map mod, I made in-game map of that area. This is the in-game map of the area, and you can see my line with you can see the line of my command blocks. This is middle. F3 and B for hitboxes off. This is how big the map needed to be. That's 3 tall by 5. It's a 3 by 5 in-game map to display the whole area. That's how big it is. And this is without the colors. This was just a biome. Including that little frick piece there. This was basically my tester. It's still there. I still have the reminiscence of it. It's still there? Should be able to see it with Foxy. No. This is how big it was. This is why I'm not doing this in survival. Also, it looks like I didn't put a map correctly. I didn't fill it in correctly, fully. Whee! Yeah? So this is why I'm opting for the swamp, guys. That's why I'm opting for swamp and not this monstrosity. Yes, this is closer to home. If I need a flower, it would be just a quick trip and just bow me wherever I need. Or just turn on the shaker. But then again, it's also... it is also too close to home for me to not prevent lag if I have this turned on into full mode. So I hope this second clip of explaining flower farms was helpful for you. Also, definitely filler content, because I just don't have enough time to do everything I wanted. And you can see this is the backup of the backup, because there's nothing here. This is just, I reloaded the seed, and I started building things. Yeah, so this is my second backup. This is the original village. This is how we started, with just my village bridge and a breeder, and then I decided to do that, so you can also see how long it's been since I did that. There was no plan for an iron farm just yet, and this is also where I started experimenting with the slime farm. The slime farm is an interesting thing, because I have this, I'm gonna switch game modes, I have this version. And basically, I have golems here, and slime should spawn there and jump through towards the golem and go into the portal. Now, the problem is that I'm not too sure what's wrong, but I barely see any slime spawning even when I'm in creative upstairs and just going to do, oh, there's a slime. So it's actually working. It's actually working. Then so this, I have to dig this whole mountain out, like it's all the way down. More slime. Okay. So it is actually working. More to, all the way down to bedrock. This is bedrock. This is how the world looks from underneath. Yes, I'm leaving that kind of stuff in, because it's just a creative version. But yeah, this is basically the idea. Also, hi, that's definitely there. Yep. Let's see, where do we have some slimies? So the idea is they spawn in and they walk towards, or at one point they jump towards the golem that's sitting on the other side of the portal. They can actually track those. And they will jump through the portal. And of course that one's not gonna show it. So where is a slime that is actively jumping? Here we go. Nope. Is there a golem? No golem here. Oh, golem hit. Okay, so we go here. We grab this and we grab a golem egg. And I'm just gonna put it here. There we go. Go back to spectator mode. And see that this little fella now wants to grab that golem. Even though there's a portal in the way. Bloop. And that should happen at all levels if there's a golem visible for them. Even at this level, this is Y40 that I'm looking at. Not even. Looking at 41. So yeah, even at this level, slime should be able to spawn. But look how much I have to dig before I even have the first spawn platform. And then I have to dig down all the way down to bedrock. And since it's... Can I turn on my slime chunks? Yes, I can. So... Hello? Oh, right. I need to do this. Okay. So, this is the situation here. There's 3 right there. And there's 3 right here. I set this one up as a tester, and there's way more. Every green square you see is a slime chunk. Now, I do want this close to home. Because I don't want to travel miles and miles and miles or blocks and blocks and blocks for slime. I want them to be near me. Basically, I thought I could go AFK in this chunk here and have all 6 slime chunks loaded. This is just me trying to dig it out to A level and then quit because I wasn't sure if it's going to work. So I made one example here, as you saw. And on the other side, I even made it so I could hop over and get in the portal myself. Now let's see if this works. So on the other side, I have this. It's basically a portal, and they should all come here, go through the lava, and be smaller. And then from here, it's just me needing to come in and just whack all these tiny ones with a sword or an axe or something with looting. I had a little cubby hole here, and I thought this could be where my portal is. And when I actually made my portal, it is actually in this area, which is kind of funky. I think the original portal, because it moved in the nether. Not sure where, but it was a little bit hidden. So I now have this giant portal in this creative version. I think it was actually here. This is where one of the portals spawned. Not too happy with it, but I could work with that because, you know, I can just build this. Be like, yep, we go down. Grab an axe. Open the gate. And whack a slime. Because, as you see, there is hoppers underneath this whole floor. Boop. There's hoppers underneath everything. All leading to this one here. And this is basically a rude setup. Rude? Not rude. A simple setup. If I can find my exit again. Excuse me, Vicky. Excuse you. For slime block making. So the idea is I kill all the slime inside. They drop their balls. If in creative they don't drop, but they drop their balls. And it goes into here. It goes into the crafter that just makes them into blocks. And after a nice slicing session, I could just pick up the blocks and take them back home via the ladder. That was the whole idea. Still want to do this. It's just a little sneak peek behind the curtain of my plans and stuff. Because honestly, I do not have the time to make a full video with full survival, so that's why I'm switching to creative right now. This is a plan. It's gonna be a lot of work. And basically it will be, hey guys, I remember I showed you that slime plan? Yeah, it's done. And then everything you see here is then done. I'm not gonna time-lapse that because it's gonna be real tedious because this is all in signs. So I need to make a temporary floor, put all the signs on there, put the lava on that, and have it flow. And the only reason I have it flow under the portal is that if they are medium or big size and go through, they will fall through still, but they will also not be flowing here. So I kind of just need to show that with a slime ball. Is my slime actually also blue, or is it yes? So basically what needs to happen is... that one came through. That one was small. That's a medium, and it splits into multiple. Let's see if we can get a big one. Nope, medium. Medium, medium, medium. Ah, there's a big one. So it drops down as mediums, and then because of the fall, it drops into small ones. These are just there in case there's still a medium bouncing around. They will murder them. Because if I do this, you see that these are going towards the golems once again, just like in the overworld. And the golems should attack. And they don't. Cool. So they're just there to attract, apparently. I thought they changed this. This is kind of silly. So good to know that golems do not no longer attack slimes if they're behind a wall. There's little ones now coming in. Yeah, so this is basically the idea for the slime farm. It's just a lot of digging. It's just a lot of work. Like most of my projects. It's a lot of work, and I will put the time in it. It's just not going to be done before the 30th of April, seeing it's the 25th today. TwitchCon is coming up. I'm kind of stressed for that, so I'm doing things for TwitchCon instead of video. So I'm hoping there's one video in May, and maybe there's no video in May, and I'll see you guys in June. I think this is going to be the end of the video, so if that's the case, marker, I'll see you in the next video, either in May or in June. Sorry there's a lot of creative content. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this kind of sneak behind the curtain stuff, or if you just want to see my survival versions of these, like me actually building them and not showing the behind the scenes stuff. Let me know. About the rant I did, yeah, I'm still not happy with how people sometimes comment. Just be civil. Think to yourself, if I'm reading this comment of myself, would I enjoy it or no? Because if it's being weird, then don't post it. Okay? So, be nice. And I'll see you guys in a next episode that's hopefully more survival than this. Bye-bye.